So if you're like me and so many people that I work with, you've done a lot of soul work and you're probably even asking yourself, how much more is there to do? When is this going to be over? When am I going to arrive? And to know that it's not about any destination, it's literally us learning how to create tools, techniques, and resources within ourselves in order for us to be able to navigate the journey in a new way from what we've done in the past. And everything about the past has been so limiting. Everything about our future is limitless, but we're kind of stuck in this transition between the bridge and the gap here between where you are in this limited state or maybe your current circumstances, but then the best life that you could live that includes, your beloved and abundance and your purpose and your mission and all the things that you deserve and you desire. Today, I'm going to share with you some things that I've been seeing personally and things I've been helping people do to take the quantum shift from being limited to limitless. Hello, fellow flames. In case we haven't met, my name is Dr. Harmony, and I will help you live fearless, live loved, and live free. If you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you're returning, welcome back. Make sure to hit subscribe and that notification bell so that you know when all my videos and content come live. And I am so excited to be here to share a new series about learning how to live in the quantum field of all possibilities and infinite potential. Before we take the quantum leap and dive into this information that I am so excited to share with you today, I also want to share with you the card deck. Tatiana and I did this in a live unboxing last week on the weekend. And so make sure to check that out if you've not seen it. I'll make sure there's a link below for you as well, and maybe at the end of this video. The card deck is available and ready for reservation that comes out in early March. And so just know that I will be coming on and doing some lives in order to do some one card readings for you. So make sure to stay tuned for that. And then I look forward to also coming on and doing some daily reads for you with the daily card. So stay tuned. So make sure that if you've not already done so, to hit that notification bell so you know when I release these things. So one of the things that I've been hearing from clients and people around me in my life and myself for the last at least 3 to 4 weeks is, what is next? And you've really done the work and you're like, well, why is it not showing up? Or what do I got to do next? Or I'm doing all the right things, but it's still not manifesting and it's still not showing up into my life. And in my own leap, that has caused me to create an entirely new program on how to get across and bridge that gap between these things of where you are and where you want to be, and take not just the quantum leap, but like in that quantum gap, bring that together. So you're at this one token, you're kind of cleaning up your past. At the same token, you're like creating your future, and you're merging those into the oneness of who you are. Really been stuck and not sure how to proceed or how to go forward, and maybe even feel like you're on the edge of a cliff and it's time to make a leap. This breakdown that's coming of these old patterns inside of you is literally creating this breakthrough, but there's no way out of the leap and the jump. And what we're doing is we've got programs and patterns of ways and habits that has existed within our being and our vibration. We've been changing the vibration to become more connected to that quantum field. And as we connect to the quantum field, in that space, there is no limitations, there is no lack, and there is no loss. And so from that place, it's about us vibrating at our highest frequency, at our greatest potential, in the limitless source of the Christ conscious collective energy of the universe. Knowing that that energy is not just out and around us, but it is in us and through everything in our life. And so what we tend to do in this process is there's so much change that it takes that it's more comfortable to stay stuck where you are than to make the changes you need to be able to step forward in this new way. But there is a faster way. There is a quicker way. And it's the quantum leap in that. And it's about learning how to live in that quantum energy. It's about learning how to step into the frequency of your greatest potential and your destiny and living from that place. And that becomes now ease and grace. Now, granted, there is the leap, and part of the leap is you have to jump. You have to take, the leap of faith. So where you are in these challenging circumstances, they're going to continue if your focus is there and you're constantly trying to clean it up. And even if you've done past life work or changed your vibration or done things of cutting cords and you've done things to raise your vibration and you're at this higher frequency level, the place that most people are getting stuck at now is the patterns within the process of the old ways are still running subconsciously. And it's about changing your patterns, actions, thoughts from limitation into limitless potential as you begin to live in that space of the infinite and the quantum aspect of your destiny. Let's talk about what quantum means for a second to really get clear on what that is. The quantum field of energy is the frequency of a vibration that is infinite. It is God energy. It is source energy. It is your higher self. It carries and holds your destiny, but it also is at the state of a frequency that allows you to get super crystal clear on what you desire so you can step into that frequency and live from that place. And when you live in that place of no limits, everything shows up with more ease and grace, and you let go of these restrictions and this constriction. As you're going through this shift, the key in this is you do have to still kind of work through some of what those patterns are. But if you continue to focus on nothing but the challenging circumstances and to clean it up, and you're not clear on where you're going or what you desire, what you want, then you're repeating these cycles and these patterns that are keeping you stuck and going nowhere. And that's what I call, living in a maze. And it's endless and it's dead end, every direction. What my goal is to help you shift forward into this higher consciousness, this higher frequency that you already are, and live from that space. So doing this is also about creating from the place of that highest version of you as well. But the key in that is you got to take action, and people get paralyzed and they get fearful of taking the action to move forward. And it's like they're stepping on the edge of the cliff and they're being asked to jump and they can't. Some people can see all the possibility. They can get the excitement and the thrill and they just take off and they jump. Other people are indecisive and they stand there and like, do I jump or don't I? Do I jump or don't I? And other people are just froze. And I got to tell you, I was in Hawaii a few years ago, and I was on the edge of what's called the end of the United States, and it's the lowest point of the United States on Hawaii on this cliff, and people go there to go cliff diving. So this girl was on the edge, like people were just going off the cliff and jumping down, and there's like a 50-foot drop into the ocean. And there was a pier that they went off to do this off of. And so there was this one girl, she would run out there and she'd stop and then she'd just paralyze and she'd come back and she'd run out and she'd stop. And, that's what we're doing in life. It's going to be super important to basically just do it, because you either get to choose to jump or you're going to be forced to jump. So what's going to be super important is to bridge this gap, create this quantum connection between who you've been and your challenging circumstances into what you want to create, that you have to get crystal clear on with certainty, or the universe cannot provide for you, because at this point you've done the work and it's about choosing what you desire and not being on the fence, because as long as you're on the fence, you're creating the dichotomy. But it's about putting action, intentional action, and immediate action into looking at where you've been, where you're at, what the challenges are, and making a list of those things and saying, what limitations do I still have that I need to face? What am I avoiding? Where have I been not taking action due to either fear of outcomes or fear of I'm going to make the wrong choice, or just afraid to express yourself, afraid to be open, afraid that you will create more challenges, because we sometimes get in this cycle of when we are in those challenging things that we can feel like we're repeating those old patterns, and we continue just to stay in them because that's all we actually see. On the other side of that, then what we're really needing to do is take action also and make a list of the things we desire. And if you don't know, check out my Unlock Your Passion project below, because that can really help you kind of connect to some things inside of yourself that will help you spark an interest, spark some ideas, be able to take action towards something. And I don't care if it's small initially. You need to get super clear and say yes to it, and know that it may not be the end all be all, because that's what people think. They want to get to the end and they think they have to master it. And I always say that, you don't get it right and then do it. You get it right by doing it. And you'll never do it if you don't start. And so make it simple. Make a list of, what will create the space for the new. What do you still need to face? Do you need to clean up your financial side? Do you need to start to create space in yourself to attract, the beloved, and to know that you are the one, and therefore you become the one, and then you attract the one, and then start living a life as if you have the one. And that's the other side of this bridge here, is that you're not in a place of separation, and you're not in a place of lack, that you're carrying out your daily life from a place that it already exists, because it does exist in the infinite, but you have to trust that. And along the way, set achievable, attainable, and believable goals that are in increments, that's going to not just move you across this bridge, but it's going to create this quantum connection between who you've been and who you're becoming. And it will then, the gap will subside and it will disappear as you let go of all these things and you face all these things and you create the space. More of this gets clear, but you cannot get clear on this until you clean up this. And so start cleaning up, make a list of what you need to clean up, and then prioritize it, and then take some action to every day, intentional action towards cleaning something up. Okay. And the flip side of that, then take some action every day towards what you would like to create or see or experience, even if it's your thoughts, feelings, and emotions coming into a place of knowing that I don't know what the outcome is, but I know that whatever it is going to feel good, because I'm hearing that a lot from people too, is like, I don't know what's coming, but it feels like I'm on the cusp of something big and it feels good. That's the other thing about this, is you've all heard that saying, life begins at the end of your comfort zone. So it's really about you being able to step out of your comfort zone and trust this process and to take that leap. So going forward, I have a series that I'm going to bring forth for you to teach you some very specific things that are actually going into my new program. That's a 12-month mentorship program that I'm creating. That's a 101 program. So in my own shift in this, I'm doing exactly what I'm telling you. I'm looking at what programs have I had that can be repurposed into online courses or group coaching type things. What is it that I have that's going forward and can be expanded? And what have I learned I've not implemented yet? And so I've literally done that. So check out the link below, because I've revamped like some of my services and doing quantum resets for your entire vibration to recalibrate it. And then, I have this discovery session now that you can connect with me to get crystal clear on taking the next step towards what it is that's going to fulfill this desire to move forward. So you're stopping stuck, but you're taking that leap of faith and you're trusting this process and you're moving forward. So anytime something comes towards you and you feel the resistance, or you stop or you put it to the side, it takes more energy out of you to let that stew and to let that be there than it does if you just move it. I always practice this principle of handling it once. And I even had a client, she probably watched this, that a session or two ago, I told her, because she had a whole mound and stack of bills that hadn't been paid and things that were on the table, and she never would face it because it was now a big job. So I said, okay, and this is a good example of how you do what I said with cleaning up the past, but you also in the future create what you want. Number one, you don't want to keep adding to the table, and you don't, once you clean up the table, want to create another pile again. So what you do is you will let 1 to 2 hours a day that's going to clean up that table. And now it just got bite-sized out. And if I were going to sort this out, I would have something that was trash, something that needed attention, that was going to take more time, something that was like, say, a bill I needed to pay, and then something that I needed to file. And then I would go like have all of this pile into these 5 piles, 5 smaller piles. And now in those 5 smaller piles, then I would like throw out the trash. I would file the things because those are quicker things. Then I would go ahead and get the bills paid. And then I would have lastly in that stack of things that needed more of my attention. Now I maybe have 3 to 5 things instead of a whole table full of things that's going to take a little longer. And now I spend a little bit of time. But I got to tell you, and I'm so proud of you, and you know who you are. She basically, by taking that process and seeing it as a doable now, not the whole 9 hours she thought it was going to take. She literally went through it in 5 and had the energy to do it, because once you move the energy in it, it gives you energy and you keep moving it. But if you never move it, it continues to be stuck, and it hangs you up and it holds you up and you can't move forward, and it takes so much energy, and it's so limiting, constricting, and it's frustrating. And then that's robbing you of the creation that you could be putting that energy into. However, you cannot create and have the dinner party over and all the fun things if you don't get the table cleaned off. So you got to clean off the table to bring and invite in the guests that you're going to have and have a fun celebration that you even got it done. And if you listen to me, you should be having a celebration. I know we got COVID, but anyway. Now, to keep that habit from continuing, now you handle it once. Now when it comes in the mailbox, and I practice this, Julian can tell you this too. It comes in the mailbox and it goes from my hand to the trash, my hand to 99% of the time to file. And if not, there's just a little part I put until like that day or the next day is filed. And then all my bills are set up on autopay, so I don't have to deal with any time management of that. But I do have a pile of things that takes more attention that's actually sitting over there that is just maybe a couple things. And then once a week or every other day or something, and I have time, I'll go through that and I prioritize them and I get them done. And it's all done and it doesn't build up. But if you don't clean it up and you don't create a system that you stop building it up, then you're going to keep cycling through this and you're going to be stuck, and it's going to be challenging to move into a state of infinite potential. So use this analogy towards, the future of what it is you want to create. I'm telling you, this will really help you. So make sure to stay tuned so that you can learn more about the upcoming series I have on this topic, where we're going to talk about what it means to live in a quantum field of abundance, and more about what that quantum field is from a scientific standpoint of how it is truth, and scientifically you change your frequency, you change your life. I'm also going to share with you several ways specifically that you can take action on that will bridge your gap in this quantum connection from where you are to where you want to be. So it will be very powerful to help you move forward and where you're trying to go by putting these things into action step by step, or at least moving the energy within them multidimensionally. I'm also going to do a video on taking that quantum leap and how, you can actually face that fear and jump off the edge of that cliff, so that now you know that your wings are going to work, and, you'll never know if you fly if you don't leap, right? I even have some ways it's going to help you fast track and accelerate this process as you take this quantum leap. Now, I got to tell you, Julian and I was having a conversation just a couple days ago, and he said to me, what's the fastest route to accomplish this? Because we were having a conversation about this. And I said, well, let me process that. And after processing that, not only did I already know what was going on with my program changing, this was a piece of my program that together between the two of those created this video series that I can't wait to share with you. And the other thing I'm going to show you in a video is how to perform a quantum reset. And if you've not watched my 7-day chakra challenge in order to recalibrate your chakras, there's a little tidbit or a little piece of it, and that can be very powerful. I want to thank all of you for letting me know how that helped you and the experiences you had. It was very powerful. So if you've not checked that out, be sure to check out the links above and below. That was a very powerful series of transmissions and energy clearing through those meditations and immersions that you'll want to get plugged into. And it wouldn't be complete if I didn't literally go through some things of what it's like to live in that quantum abundance and to make it a daily practice to live in a state of quantum abundance. So I look forward to seeing your upcoming videos. Make sure to like, comment, share the shine, and may you always face your fears, find freedom, and glow forward on fire. Namaste.